we're going to start with a simple experiment. First of all, you have to understand that scripts are simple text files, so you can create them just with a text editor, not Microsoft Word or OpenOffice Writer, because they add code. I'm talking about a simple text editor like Notepad, Notepad++, etc. So you create the code and then you just save it as a text file, simply. So we're going to start. These two lines are always the same. You do not have to, you cannot change them. Blank while playing, we're going to talk about it later. Are the stimuli sounds? Yes. If the answer is no, you can see that. You can just say no. Stimulus file name head and file name tail. So in my script, first of all, I copy pasted from the experiment here on the Praat website, and I just changed it, simplified it. So here I've got 3 stimuli, E, R, and U, and you can see here the names of the sounds: R, dot, wave, E, etc. So the script is asking me where the sounds are. You can see here a number of different stimuli. There are 3, so I write 3, and then I have the list of the stimuli. I could, when you say E here, normally I should be writing this. That wave. So this takes a lot of time. So you can see there's redundancy. So what we can do is get this extension, get rid of it. So instead of writing every time, you just suppress it, and we have to put it elsewhere. And this is where stimulus file name tail comes. It can be wave, it can be other, you can have other file formats, and then we get rid of the folder, and the folder is going to be written here. As you can see, this is correct. This is the folder where I've got my stimuli. The problem, if I use an absolute address, an absolute address is the correct address of the folder as far as the architecture of the computer is. So we go C, documents and settings, blah 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 blah, and this is the complete address, if you like. The problem is, if I take my stimuli and I send them to someone, or if I displace, if I move my test from here, all of this, I take it and I put it in my documents, well, the sounds are not gonna be in this folder anymore. So what I can do is use a relative address. That means compared to where my script is, example.txt, it is here. Doesn't matter whether it's desktop or not, it is here. Where are the sounds compared to that? So the sounds are in a subfolder called sounds. So what I write here is sounds, and then the dash, or the, it's not a dash, this symbol. Or I can do like that. I can put them in the same folder. If you have a lot of stimuli, that's not very proper. So if they are in the same folder, there is nothing to write. If they're in a different folder, you have to write the subfolder. So you can see this is quite economical. So this is what comes before, and then what comes after the name of the file. Stimulus carrier before, stimulus carrier after. So each time you've got the stimulus presented, do you want other stuff to, other stimuli to come? For example, it could be I say again, I say again, I say again. So I would have a stimulus, an audio file, which would contain I say, and then another stimulus, another audio file that would say again, the word again, and then between the two of them, you would listen every time to the e.wave, r.wave, these three files. Given that I want just the file, nothing else, this is an identification test, I don't write anything here. I leave it blank. Then stimulus initial silence duration. That means each time the audience, the subject, clicks on a button to answer. So, for example, we've got E, I press a button. How much time will it take to listen to the next stimulus? If you write 0, the moment I click, well, you've got directly the sound, and that's a bit annoying. So I put 0.5 seconds. It could be 2 seconds or 3. It's up to you. With discrimination tests, you would put 3 seconds. With identification, it's up to you. I prefer tests that are very rapid. There you go. So stimulus medial silence duration. This is in the case where you've got more than one file audio. So if you've got discrimination tests and you've got well, this is the interstimulus interval. This we're going to talk about later. Then number of different stimuli. You have to write the same number as here. Then you make a list. On each line you've got a different stimulus, so do not forget to write the quotes, space, and then quotes. In here you can write something. What you're going to write here is going to appear each time the stimulus E is presented. We're going to talk about it later somewhere here. Number of replications per stimulus. So you've got 3 stimuli. How many repetitions of each stimulus do you want? So let's say I want 10. So in total I'm going to have 30 stimuli. Break after every. So if you've got many stimuli, it would be nice and pleasant for the subject to take a break. So for example, we've got 30 stimuli here, so you could have a break in the middle, so after every 15, but it's up to you. Maybe you don't want any break, it's up to you. So randomize. So you've got 3 stimuli times 10. What is going to be the order of the 30 stimuli? This is where you write it. You have to watch the other video where I'm talking about randomization techniques. Start text. This is a text that is going to appear when you start the text and before the stimuli start being presented. So these are the instructions. This is a listening experiment. After hearing a sound, choose the vowel that is most similar to what you heard. Click to start. Run text is the text that is going to appear during the test. Sorry. So let me show you. I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to start a test. Yes. So you couldn't find the E sound. That's because I lied about the directory. This is why you should be careful, but at least it's very if there is a problem, an error, Praat gives you the exact what the error is. So click to start. So during the experiment, you see that choose the vowel that you heard. I click on E, and this is the text that is always there. If you want, you can have a text here, so every time the E that wave is presented, you can have a different text here, a different text for A and different text for U. It depends on what you want. Or you can have a generic run text. Pause text is the text that is going to appear when you have a break. So if I say break after every 15 stimuli, after the 15th stimulus, you're going to have this presented to the person. You can modify it as you like. And text, this is at the end of the test, what is going to happen. Maximum number of replays, replay button, OK button, oops button. We're going to talk about them in a different video. Responses or sounds? No, we're not going to talk about it now. And then number of different responses. So this is the number of responses possible. There are 3. So you've got these are the coordinates of the let's see it here. So you've got here the place, the location, or as I said, the coordinates of each button E, U, A. So the 0 is here on the low on the bottom left corner. So you can see that E and U have something in common, and this is the Y coordinate. So this is 0, 0 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and this is 0 0.7, 0 0.8. So this is the X axis. So from 0 0.2 to 0 0.3, this is the width of the E, and this is the Y from here to here. So you go the top, you give the top left to top right, and then you go to the bottom left to top left. And so if I say, for example, 0 1 to 0 3, so it's going to start here. Let me show you. Open. There you go. As you can see, each time I modify the text, the script, I have to save it and then reopen the file. So let's start the test. So this is how you do it. Open, read from file, you read the test, and then you say run. Click to start. And before I forgot something, number of different responses. So you've got the coordinates of the buttons, then you have the content of the button here, E, so this is what is going to appear in the button here, and then you've got 40, it's the font size, and then you've got E, this is if you like, the subject can either click on a window, sorry, a box, or they can type. I prefer giving the choice to the subject, so I can just type the letter E instead of clicking. This is much faster, especially in discrimination tests with same, different, S, D, or whatever you want to use as buttons. So this is, if you'd like, you say, okay, I don't want them to use the keyboard, and this is what is going to appear in the results file each time the person clicks on this box. So if I click on this in the text file, you're going to have the E letter as a result. So after you finish, I'm clicking on E, I'm typing E just to finish the test. the experiment has finished, and then you come here, extract results, collect to table, save as tab separated file, and you save it as a text file. There's gonna be a video. There is a video on how to collect data, and I'm going to present you a script of mine that can help you and save time.